Morning, Cheryl.
So, you think you can read? Oh, you've got my coffee.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's get started. I'm sure there are going to be a couple more stragglers. So the first, I'll just review real quick. The first sessions were basically some tips for applications you could use to create your video, Canva, PowerPoint, um, a program called CapCut, CAPCUT. iMovie works. For those who are more advanced, there's Final Cut and Premiere Pro. Um, I tend to work in a bunch of different things because different apps have different advantages and different tools. So I'll do something in one and then something in another and then put it together in a third. Um, I also gave some tips for just basically getting started. Um, this comes down to me to two questions. Question one is, what are you up to in the world that is changing the world and that you want to share about? And what is it? The second question is, what is it that your share is changing in the world? Um, and that's just a simplification of how I see the questions for this conference. Um, I talked about using a PowerPoint situation to create a storyboard, basically creating a slide for um, each scene of your video, just to give you a guide of where you're going and what you're doing. It can have anything from the text that you're going to be saying to images that you're going to be using. It's really just a guide. I'm not saying use it to to make your video. It's just a guide so you have direction. That's the hardest part. The hardest part of making the video is getting organized and having a concept, a picture of what it's going to look like at the end. Once you have that picture done and you know where you're going, creating it is the easy part. Um, there are AI tools. Um, we actually just discovered, True and I, that some of the people are actually using AI to totally make the video. Um, we're accepting it this year, but we're going to make rules about it for future years because even the U.S. government in um, in the Copyright Office does not allow full use of AI as copyright protected. And therefore we have to worry about uh, lawsuits for Landmark. This one video that's being handed in and it's going to be judged. Very much looks like a Disney animation. I mean, it's that good, created by AI. I mean, AI, no doubt, is a very powerful tool. It can get you in trouble. Um, so we are concerned with copyright infringement, whether you use music. There are free sources for music, um, and some of you are really talented musicians. I won't mention any names, and he knows who he is.
Well,
Um,
since you called me out, can I respond?
absolutely.
I've had this point of view about AI, which is, hey, I'm not so sure about this stuff. Uh, and I'm part of a project to, it's a collaboration. And I was having the hardest time writing a song about this concept. And then the leader of the group said, well, I put it into AI and I got four choices. And I finally said, number two. It actually, I was impressed by the AI or whatever created this thing. It did a great job of taking his concept and putting it into a song. And I'd been kind of like tired of it anyway, so I said, fine, let it go. But there's still this thing about it's artificial. So I don't know. But I realize we gotta watch it with it. So
Yeah, it's only right 75% of the time, in
it's
my
what?
finding. It's only correct 75% of the time when you ask it a question about how to do something.
Okay.
Um, it misses things in its research. In creating writing or songs, and if you give the prompt, to me, it's a tool. It's like a hammer. A hammer is a tool to put things together, but I wouldn't ask the hammer to totally make a dresser. I still want me involved in the design and the concept of the dresser, but I might use the hammer to help me create the dresser. It's the same thing with AI. It's a tool. I use it. I give it prompts. It gives me some choices. I take the choices and I tell it to do this, that, or the other thing to that choice. I then rip the if it's words, I add my own words and then send it back through. It's like sending it through strainers multiple times. I could not ask it to create a song, a musical song, because I don't have the knowledge to prompt it to the musical terms of, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's Allegra or, the beat. I don't know those. Not I don't even know the words to give it the prompts. But if you're a musician and you know those words and you can describe the feel of the music in technical words, then you're using it as a tool and you're still going to adjust it. So it is a tool.
Okay. Enough said. Well said.
And yeah. Um, Lisa's asking me to create some effects, and I know I can do them. I know I can make the effects. Do I know the step-by-step instructions? No, but I can ask AI and describe it to AI and get a reply to how to do it, and it gave me the answer. So now I can sit down and figure it. Now, it gave me an answer. That doesn't mean when I go to do the step-by-step, the answers are going to be correct. My knowledge of the program, along with that step by step, is going to get me through creating the effect. You have to, when you're using AI, you have to be a educated consumer, for lack of better words. Okay, that's sort of my spiel for catching up. What develops out of the rest of this conversation is specific answers to problems some of you might be facing. Um, actually, there's one more thing I want to say. Please abuse me. I'm here to make your lives easier, and I want you to have fun and joy and ease in getting through this video. Now, you are coming down to the wire, which makes it more frustrating. I get it. Use me more. I'm here to help. Um, I worked with somebody yesterday who I was saying this to constantly. And at the end, we finished the video and she submitted it yesterday. And the question I had was, well, did you have a good time? And she said, it was amazing feeling. I got rid of all the pressure because she abused me. We met 5 or 6 times. There is, and I'll put the link in the chat. I've set it up so you can uh, meet with me on one-to-ones. I have lots of time in my schedule. Be aware that you have to set them up 24 hours in advance, at least. But I am also flexible, so use the WhatsApp group. Good morning, Kirk. Use the WhatsApp group to contact me. I'll put that link in the chat as well. If you haven't joined the group, I recommend it. There's a lot of good conversation. There are other people out there that are willing to help you in that group. Again, you're in a community of people that is willing to help. Use them. That's what we're here for. That's what wisdom is all about. Okay, so the WhatsApp chat group is in the chat here, and my link to set up a one-to-one is here. And please, first and foremost, have fun. This is not hard to do. Believe me. Don't get panicky because you haven't done anything and you're at last minute, and you just relax. Have fun. Yes, Jim.
I thought I wasn't going to share, but Landmark has a specific policy not allowing discrimination or abuse, so I'm not going to abuse you. Here's what's going on. I have this idea for a music video. I've submitted music videos before. They've been successful. Last year was very successful. This one, I don't want to get into it, and I'll tell you why. I mean, the why probably doesn't make any, justify it. The concept I have is that people can live forever in a song. And what prompted that is 2 of my siblings died in the last year. And I don't want to deal with the grief of it. If I step into this little, even the wading pool of trying to put this into music, I just don't want to go there. And I'm even at the point of saying, fine, I'm just not going to do it. I said I would, but I'm not going to do it, which I think is an option. Nobody can make it sound like a 5-year-old. Yeah, I do. And age 5, you can't make me. So I'm having trouble with having it. This is a not become this cliche like, oh, it's sad. I'm sad sometimes about it, but it's what happened. I had 2 siblings. They died, and they died of natural causes, and I just don't know where to go with it other than to have it be a representation of my emotions, which it was. I mean, people will get it, but will it transform anything? That's kind of, will it really contribute, and will it really be, will it represent or express transformation? I think that's it. I just got to it by talking about it now. I don't want it to be cliche. People say, what I share with people, that I think it's mostly my brother, because I lived with him for almost a year before he died. But my sister was the same thing. Even though it was expected, it didn't lessen the grief or the impact of her taking her last breath. So that's where I'm at. I don't necessarily want anybody, Mark. No, I don't want coaching right now. I just want to express. That's where I'm at in this call. I know I still have time. I'm I'm pretty good at doing things at the last minute. That is a winning formula. So I don't know. It's just like, why did I say I would do this, and what difference will this make for people, really? Other than, oh, I'm so sorry for you, Jim. Or I don't know, it's weird. It's like it's not like I don't care, but it's kind of like I don't care.
I
That's it. That's where I'm at. But go ahead, I'll listen if you have a response.
I I I'm gonna I'm gonna sort of ignore your request to not coach because I know you and I love you to death, Jim. You're my brother from another mother.
I know, I realize that.
And I'm an end of life doula who
Yeah,
also specializes in grief. And I do grief counseling
right.
course. And music is a very powerful tool for grief, especially when you're a musician who writes as well as you do. And you're sharing about how music relieves your grief or works to help you deal with your grief
Huh.
can transform how other people see music and grief. You don't know what your share
Ah,
is going to, how your share is going to affect people. I know how you affect me.
yeah. Well, this is good. So I'm going to respond to that because I just got that. I think I have to have it like, here's my transformation. See, anybody can deal with this. It's not, but that's just bull. It's BS. It's not authentic. Uh, I guess where I can, start in the middle of where I'm at. I'm in the middle of this process of grieving and not have. This is good, Mark. Thanks. I got it. Not have to have it all together and go, oh look, here's my song. Isn't it beautiful? It's not like that. It's messy right now. Okay. Thank you. And to the rest of you, thank you for listening, just being there to hear this. I know most of you personally. I think you know, I, I can't see. Where's the screen? How come I can't see everybody? Oh, I want to see everybody for it, and then I'll shut up. Kirk, I think we've met. And Cheryl, I've seen you. And Lisa, hello. Judy, hello. And Doug and Irene, I still want to send you. You got to check out Eddie Izzard, Covered in Bees. You got to check it out. I don't know how to get it to you, but that's it. Eddie Izzard, I'm covered in bees. All right. Thank you. Thanks
Okay.
for listening. I'm now in a realm of, this is a possibility. And it doesn't have, that's the thing, man. It doesn't have to be all, hey, look what I did. Give me an A. Okay, thanks.
Judy, what can I?
So just two quick things here. Jim, thank you for that. And I was going to say to you is that if we had just recorded what you had said and you processing it would have been a great video. That would be your video piece. It's like that kind of sharing, that rawness
Well,
would have
since
been it.
Mark recorded this, I'm going to ask for that.
Yeah,
That
that's it with you
really?
picking, yeah, with you picking and choosing and figuring it out and figuring out the pieces and what the chords are going to sound like. That's your video. That's your story.
Okay.
Not the and it's not. I don't see it as the end product. I
Well, it's
see it as
also the
the
theme of the
process.
conference, which is sharing.
Yeah, is the process of the sharing.
Thank you very
So
much. I got
And
that's what
it.
I
that's
got from
and
it.
that's what this conference is about.
Yeah, it's about sharing.
It's
Yeah.
about sharing
Yeah,
and what that does for you.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I heard. And then I just two things I wanted to ask you, and then I'll jump off. But the first thing is the video is 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes, correct?
Yeah, they ask you to try to stay closer to three, but
Three. Yeah.
especially
Okay.
there's 71 videos this year.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
record. So for everybody's video to be seen in a session,
yeah,
gonna be tough.
yeah, 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, good. And then you had said something about what you saw was what you wanted the audience to capture. What was that? Could you create that again for me?
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
In the beginning, you said, for the videos to do something, like what's the transformation? What was that?
Oh,
Create that
so
again
the
newly for me.
video is supposed to show or share
Mm-hmm,
what you're passionate about in the world
mm-hmm.
and how that sharing about it is going to affect the world.
Okay. Okay, good.
That's the questions that make the video fit within the concept of the conference.
Yes. Okay, what in that video
Can
will
you repeat
actually
that one more time, please?
Absolutely. So your video is about something that you're passionate about in the world and how your sharing about your passion is going to affect the world.
Okay,
And
good.
and Kirk, I will be posting this video of this session in YouTube and sharing it in the WhatsApp group. And I also share the transcript of the conversation. So those written words will be in the transcript.
Good. All right. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I needed. Okay. So I'm going to jump off and actually do some work on it now. And just thank you, Mark. And then I'll schedule my one-on-one with you for Wednesday so I can upload it with that abusing, so I can abuse you on Wednesday at the end of the day. Okay. Thank you,
It's a pleasure
everyone.
seeing you always.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to everybody's video. Okay, bye.
I'm going to report the abuse to Landmark International. And Doug and Irene, in the chat is a link. That's the last time I'll bug you about this, Bug. It's hilarious. You'll love it. Okay, I've taken too much time, but thanks for listening.
Okay, any other questions? Anybody want to share where they're at with their video or what they're coming across, what's stopping them, what's blocking them? Go ahead, Cheryl.
You had mentioned at the beginning that you set up a training in PowerPoint on how to use it to do a video. Could you put that link in so I can get it?
No, I shared that I did YouTube trainings, but I didn't do any kind of specific PowerPoint training. I
Okay.
can if you want to do a one-on-one, and we can, if you describe in that one-on-one what you're trying to do, I can go through it with you gladly, and then hand you a video of that conversation.
Okay, I see. So I could use Canva or PowerPoint.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use whatever tool you're familiar with.
Okay. Thank you.
I recommend PowerPoint for the people who have never done anything like this and are starting out, and it's a simple, they're going to show some images and talk behind it type thing. If you're going to do talking head, I then suggest you go to Canva. Again, it's a fairly simple, easy app to work with. If you're doing something more complicated in video, then you go to CapCut or pieces there of all the above. So I have one person who's they're going to make slides, right? And she is going to do a slide presentation, turn it into a video. Then she's going to take that and put it into, put that video into Canva and do a voiceover recording of what she wants to say. And then she's going to bring that video into CapCut to add music. So it's done in stages for some people. And it's all a matter of your technical skills, and actually it's not about your technical skills. Anybody can learn any of them. It's about what you're gonna, how do I put this? What you're willing to take on and learn, and not let technology stand in your way. Because technology is a tool, it's not something that you have to conquer.
Okay, thank you.
And I find that the more polished it is, the harder it is to hear the authenticity. I just
Explain
love
that
when you're just
further.
authentic. So yeah, I mean, if I put together a really beautifully polished presentation and I'm not authentic in it, who cares? Give me someone
Yeah.
authentic and I'll pay attention to them. And I think I'm saying that for me as much as anyone else. I've got graphic design background, but this is the first video that the conference has accepted. And I'm just been waiting to the last minute, which is not a shock. And I'm missing partnership right now.
What questions, or what's stopping you? What's causing you to procrastinate? What's the
Just
breakdown?
about 6 decades of ADHD habits that I haven't transformed. I'm not actually worried about it. It's just things have gotten I've doubled my hours at work, and then that even got extended. So I've just been very crazy busy lately. It's all built. I just haven't made it go from beginning to end.
Got it.
And I will be using you, Mark. I've joined the WhatsApp group.
Not a problem. I'm here.
Welcome back, Jim.
Yeah, thanks. I hit the wrong button. Um,
Go ahead, Jim. What's up?
well, this is really great just to join here. I did. My mood was I don't want to join a call, but here's the thing I saw. I composed and have been part of several, successful videos, but it's all been about something over there. Even the last one I did was a song about a woman. She's over 90 years old. She's 91 now. Her life with her husband, and I mean, very successful. And I failed at it on the way, which was what the theme was. I mean, at one point I said, I can't write songs. Forget it. You know, I heard that Leonard Cohen, in the process of writing Hallelujah, was sitting on his living room floor, pounding the carpet, saying, "I can't write songs," and he had over 100 verses. I don't mean to. Well, I actually do mean to overdo it because it's good for me to express this. So anyway, the song last year was about someone else, so I could look at her life and represent it in song. And it was a celebration. It was a success. It was, brilliant. And out of it, 3 people in the conference called and said, "Hey, I want a song. How much do you charge?" I was like, "Whoa, thank you." And I've, done that. This is not about out there. It's about, I know it's about what's going on over here inside my world. And that's my reluctance to share it because it doesn't look, picture perfect, I think. And I want it to be. So I'm actually gonna just go silent for a little bit, but I may leave the call early because I've gotten something from the listening in this group here. So I think that's it for now.
I'm going to share something having really nothing to do with the video, but having to do with sharing and what it does. As I've said before, I'm an end-of-life doula. I work with people who are on their last moments on the planet. I'm a believer that nobody should die alone, and that more importantly, everybody should die with grace. And what I mean with grace is with a complete life, with no regrets and no sorrows. Not that the regrets are or the sorrows aren't there, but that they're complete with them, that they're acceptant of them. And I've had over 1,000 patients since I started this road. And every time I share a story about one of my patients, I see in who I'm sharing to a reaction or a moved. I see the movement and I see the inspiration. Moved. What is it? Moved, inspired, and somebody.
Touched, moved, and inspired.
Yes, I see that in the reactions. And that's what this conference is about. How your shares affect the people you're sharing with. Or more importantly, how you see that your sharing is affecting the people you're sharing with. Jim, I've told you every time you share music, it warms my heart. Your singing, your style, your creativity. I mean, I think of you and I think of the Zoom song and I start laughing.
The Zoom room?
The Zoom room. I start laughing. I keep looking so that, do I have that video somewhere? Did I really not lose it on my hard drive? And that's what this is about. That's what this conference is about. And, unfortunately, sometimes we don't see how we affect people until they tell us. I'm working with David Cunningham on his courses and I offered my services, and now 2 months into it, he has found me priceless, and he finally said it. So I finally got that I actually am doing something for David and not just spinning my wheels, that I am affecting David Cunningham. So
yeah, no. So thank you. I got it. Well, I don't want to stop you. If you have more to say, I'm here.
No, go ahead.
So what got this idea going? My brother, Jackson Browne has a song called "For a Dancer," and one of the lines in the song, and it's about a friend of his who was a dancer, a ballet, I think, a modern dancer, and he died. But Jackson Browne he found out later, like, oh my God, this person died, and there's a line in the song that goes, I don't know what happens when people die, can't seem to get it out of my head as hard as I try, and there's a couple more to it. And it always grabs me, like, what happens internally when someone you love dies? You can't pretend it doesn't affect you. I mean, you could, but you have to be psychotic, but or just numb to say it doesn't affect you. So this is really good because I think Jackson Browne's one of the best songwriters I've ever heard. I mean, you know, and look at his track record. He's famous, and he's, you know, that's been his life, and he's been known in the world as a successful songwriter. So I found out Mark said I can sing the song, not take his original recording, but I can sing his song. And there's, what's it called? Fair use, copyright. Because I don't want to plagiarize him, but that is an opening. Because I don't know what I think I've gotten to something here. Just, you know, it's not about. I don't think well, so I really almost apologize because I'm dominating the screen here by talking about myself. So, um,
I will say, Jim, let me just interrupt you. So,
all right. All right.
That's what these sessions are about, trying to unblock people from what's stopping them to move forward. And
You know-
I will say that I bet you're not the only one.
Okay. I feel much better now. All right, got a smile from Kirk on that one. Thank you. And it's really great because in the world of Landmark and the community, I am known as a songwriter and successful. And, you know, it's not a commercial venture, although it's led to some, you know, personal, you know, profit for me, given my relationship with people that said, I want a song. But it doesn't have to be about proving that I'm, you know, as good as Jackson Brown. I'm not. The guy's ridiculous. He's just out there. But I tell you, this is even so. Okay, I just turned 74, and I'm registered in Wisdom for Elders, and I'm starting to go, oh, who's next? Am I next? I don't know how long I have to live. I mean, I'd like to be 94 when I die. That's 20 more years. But I'm in this world of sometimes doom and gloom about the end of life. Like, looks like it's headed my way. You know, somebody I went to grade school with just passed away. It's like, what? Well, all right. So I think
So I'm gonna
I'm spinning my
again,
tires in the
Jim,
mud of Alabama.
I'm
You know,
gonna
one wheel
jump.
goes, the other one doesn't.
I'm gonna jump into my end of life doula position
All right.
and say, death is inevitable. There's one guarantee in life: you're gonna die at some point. The key is to live the best possible life you have. One of the things that I've gotten out of Est and Landmark, that's what I've gotten. It's taken me 40 some odd years to get to this point, and I'm enjoying my life. And I was suicidal. I tried to end it, and I've recovered. And I've recovered because of my Landmark community, because of my friends, two of which are here, have helped me through it. I want to live every day for others because that's what gives me joy and pleasure. And I stopped thinking about, and I believe me, every day I'm fine. I deal with death on a day-to-day basis. It's not easy. And yes, it is inevitable, but enjoy what you have now. And Jim, you're a fun person. You're great to be around. I wish we lived closer together, but
Thank you. I got it.
I want to put something in, and I think it's really vital because it's the fact that everyone wants to say something to someone who's just lost someone, but no one knows what to say. Period. And the only thing I've ever come to say is, I wish I had something better to say for you. And that's all you're dealing with. This is it. That is your problem right now. And that experience is universal,
Thank you. Got it.
the one you're going through.
That's a song in itself. You know, you
Well,
don't have the song doesn't have to resolve or give the answer to how to deal with grief. It could just be about what happens when you're in grief, what you feel, what goes on, with no answer at all.
Well, no, Kirk, that was brilliant. Because I don't sometimes want to tell people. I don't want to tell them because I don't want to have to deal with them struggling to say. They'll say, "I'm sorry," and then what do I say to that? I go, "Oh, thank you." It's like, ugh. It's like I just want to step away from that part of the sea, the shoreline, right? Like it's just, I'll just stay over here and yet. And it's in the song, the Jackson Browne song. I don't know what happens when people die. Can't seem to grasp it as hard as I try. It's like a song I can hear um, singing right in my ear. I can't hear it. I can't sing it, but I can't stop listening. It's like, and you know what? It's really great now because I'm free to share something. And really, thank you for listening. I almost want to apologize for being overindulgent, but this is what's there for me. And that's like, why did I say yes? Well, I said yes because I have something to say. All right. Thanks, Kirk. Good to see you, Barry. All right.
I'm going to jump off too. I'm going to go over to partnership. Mark, I will text you on the WhatsApp group. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Kirk.
Irene, how's it going? Have you guys progressed any?
I, I don't know if she heard you.
She heard me. She's just trying to figure out how to unmute.
Dang.
Hello, Barry. How you doing?
There we are.
You can go to Barry, but he's finally Douglas has come and helped me, but he had difficulty too.
I love watching you too.
Yeah, I got an evening to spend with the two of them. It was just so inspiring. There's another couple I like to. There's two other couples I like to do this to spend time with, and it's funny they're at different ages. So Madeline and Eddie Lieberman are a couple. It just they're in their lower 70s and they're very much in love. You can see it in how they bicker. And then I see Irene and Doug, and then you see where you want to see where they're going. Spend some time with Kay and George Keller.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're in their 90s and they're still doing it.
There was a
With
comic
love.
strip, a U.S. Comic series, a syndicated series called The Lockhorns, and it was this couple would, you know, back and forth. But you're still together. I mean, come on. Not still together. That's cheap. That's a cheap shot. It's good to see you both. I remember being in Panama with you and getting to know you both. All right, I'm going to be quiet now. I said I'd be. I said.
Keep composing, Jim.
So the question I had asked Irene, Doug, that got her triggered to trying to get technology working was how are you guys progressing? Have you gotten any further since we talked? Did you
No. We have done it. We've started to do some videos. Well, at least Douglas has of me having
you know,
a go
all
at
you
him.
have to do is take the video from that night and cut out little blurs, cut out little sentences and put them together. And there's your video. It was perfect. Just even just without words, the way Doug keeps looking at Irene, it's like it's so powerful a look. And I'm making Irene embarrassed. Look at that. After 40 some odd years, she still gets embarrassed.
Well, I'm curious what your video's about, or what your. Are you planning to share a video, or?
Yes.
Well, that's what we want it to be about, actually, is we want it to be about
Where's your
see
piece of paper?
it strikes me that so many, especially, landmark grads, they're looking for a relationship where everything goes smoothly. And this is definitely not smooth. And I think we want to share something that conveys the ups and downs we've had. And I think that's why it still works, because there's room in the relationship, for the whole range of human emotions. I mean, I think there's no room for, domestic violence or I'm not saying that should be in there, but, or infidelity, or, there's some things that really don't work. But the idea that it can all be sweet, that's not our experience. That's all I can say.
And just something from the domestic violence, Mark. Earlier this last year, it was the middle of last year, I fell over and broke my nose. And I wanted to go back to work, but they said that I would frighten the patients. So I couldn't go back to work. And then they got at me because I had too much time off. But that's aside. Douglas said to me, "You look like the victim of domestic violence." And I said, "Oh." What does that say about you?
Oh my gosh. Can I share a story about? I'm single, by the way, so I have no advice to give you, thank God.
I'm sure you can.
But the woman who started the family division when it was Werner Erhard Associates, which had evolved from Est, it actually she developed the first children's training. So they did the Est training for children between the ages of 8 and 12, right? And then they developed the teen training for people between ages of 13 and 18. Anyway, so her name is Phyllis Allen, and very expressed woman. She had done some theater in her career, but she was part of the staff. And her husband was Fred Allen, who just a really kind man. I knew him as a personal friend, and I attended his 75th birthday and all that. So we had this friendship. Well, one day, Werner was talking, it was a staff meeting, talking about relationships and how yeah, sometimes there's these fights and disagreements, and like, how do you include it all? And he said, ask Fred to tell the story about the argument that he and Phyllis had, and I'll just bottom line it. So it went like this: Phyllis and Fred were out shopping. No, Fred was shopping, and he saw an ad that said 3 cans of tuna for $1. And he came, I mean, this is like a long time ago. Phyllis, they're having a sale, 3 cans of tuna for $1. She goes, no, Fred, it's 2 cans of tuna for $1. It's 3. No, Fred, it's 2 cans of tuna for $1. And they got into a fight about it, whether it was 3 or 2, and that apparently they were yelling. Just the fight just escalated. Finally, Phyllis said, I'm going to drive down there and I'll show you what the advertisement says. No, you're not. And she got in the car. He jumped on the hood of the car and held on while she's driving down. They're arguing. It's not 3 cans, it's 2. No. And then it escalated. Right, you're cracking up. It escalated. And Werner always wanted someone to share that story about how a little disagreement, is it 2 or 3, can result in this. And apparently she finally stopped the car and he got off. And they went back to their apartment and, made up and stopped arguing. And then later that week, they were out shopping, and here was the billboard, and they both looked up at it and said, 2 cans of tuna for $1. And Fred just looked over like, oh, okay, all right. Like there was nothing to say, right? But, I don't know. And so go. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Can't wait to see it. 3 cans of tuna for $1.
So we hopefully we'll be able to give some people some entertainment.
Well,
So
that's
Mark asked how we were doing, Douglas.
So-
I say that we haven't really progressed, but we actually have started to do some, or Douglas has started to do some video clips of me when I get angry. You can imagine how that turns out.
Dangerous.
Yeah, our first bash was resulted in 20 minutes of which I think probably a minute at the beginning will end up included. And then we've been trying to work out how do you simplify a full, well, we've been living together 44 years now. And we just want to not pick just the nice bits, but pick something about the highs and something about the lows and how we got through it all, because it's such a privilege, and it's
I think the funniest was this morning. If you should give them a bit of entertainment.
Go ahead.
No.
Yes. Come in the picture and here.
What happened this morning was Douglas said, that little green thing that you put in the shower, what's that for? Oh, I said, well, the church gave out these little goodies for Mother's Day, and in it was a tiny little package that said shower on it. And I said, I just put it in because I thought it might make it smell nicer or it makes the water softer. Although they did say not to immerse it. But I said, there was no further information. He said, well, do you have the baggage? So I said, no. But I said, I noticed it's not there anymore. So over to you, Douglas.
Well, we have we have a septic tank, right? So we actually need the Irene loves bleach, basically.
No, I think it has a purpose.
Irene loves bleach, and bleach kills what makes the septic tank work. So there's this continual tension back and forth. How do we avoid putting bleach down the toilet? Because if you kill off the bugs that belong in the septic tank, then the whole thing smells terrible.
So what about my green little thing? Why did you remove it?
Well, you don't know what it is. I suspect it gives off bleach.
I said, well, we have to find
So
out
we'll have to find out.
what it is.
You were so cross when you're telling me off. The difference since we did Landmark is it now ends up with us laughing, and that's huge.
Yeah, because for years, well, every so often Douglas tells me, have you been using bleach? I'm like, no. Well, why is that bottle under the in the
Why is
bathroom that says
now
bleach?
empty.
Yes. I said, oh, it must have been the cleaning lady. So anyway,
But Mark's tutorial was very helpful. I've been away at work all this week, which has been pretty intense. Good, but intense. So we're going to
cut
earmark
it
some
down.
time this
Yeah.
weekend to do little short, maybe even on the phone clips, and just try to stitch them together to illustrate that.
And then we're going to send it to Mark. Are you there, Mark?
I am here. I'm waiting for the to be inspired by it.
Thank you.
I sorry to come and go like the leaf in the wind, but I do need to go prepare. Barry, I look forward to hearing your contribution, but I do need to step off right now. And thank you for listening. Just being here
No
made a
worries.
difference this morning. Okay?
Lovely to see you again, Jim.
And
Okay.
Be in touch, Jim.
I will.
and I'll look after Eddie Izzard.
Did you see it?
No,
A
but we got
glimpse.
the-
A glimpse. It sounds.
He's a British comedian. He's hilarious. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Okay, so the question I have, what can I do or what can somebody do to put a fire under each of your derrieres to get you to stop procrastinating and get your video started?
Let's go. Yeah, we do that. Why don't we go now and do some?
Just before you go, Douglas and Irene, your sounds like your video is going to be a good segue for my two videos I'm doing about space shapes being shape space and the stories that shape space, the stories that shape the being we're having at the moment. So sounds perfect inside of how it links in with what I'm doing as well. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Barry. We look forward to seeing what you come up with.
So,
Well, you got to get it.
so my fire is there, of course. I just have had other things this week, but I've now opened a Canva account, and I may be stuck at that point. I've scheduled an appointment with you for tomorrow, Mark, at 4. I've gotten the first email back from your system, but not anything else. So hopefully that's the one, or we'll reschedule.
Okay.
I'm going to the system right now to catch up.
Okay. So the fire is there. I have one more article to finish today. And I had the miracle of my gardener's car wasn't working, so I didn't have that 3-hour time slot. So I've been able to be catching up here. Get my article printed, and then I'm going to be in Canva, which So my question, I have a question first, Mark. I signed up for a free Canva account, but they didn't come back and tell me, here's your login or here's your something. So I'm not sure if I've actually created something.
We need to hear the answer to this.
How would I know? They took
Try
my
to
credit
log
card.
in.
They took my credit card.
Well, then it's not a free one. The free one.
Well, it said, oh, maybe that was somebody else. I've done 3 this morning. Let me try just logging into canva.com and see what happens. It just says it looks like the basic page. What will you design today? doesn't have my
Want to
name
share
on it
your
or
screen
anything.
so I can see what you're looking at?
Yep. Get rid of that. Get back to you. Move
I
it
love that picture
up.
behind you.
Thank you. It's now my go-to instead of the kawaii picture. I'll have to rotate, but Chat
Well,
GPT.
actually, that would be to take that picture and make the globe rotate behind your head. So it was a little,
Woo! But I also would like to have a person, a nice little kid added to that. So I'm playing, it's fun. But so far, I'm just happy. Share. Here we go. I'm just happy that it's happening. Okay, so I'm sharing. Is this the
well, when you
Canva?
get the person put in, send it to me and I'll make it into the video with the globe spinning.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
that's the basic Canva account.
but is this mine? There's nothing here that says it's mine.
Yeah, the TC down at the bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left-hand corner has just an editing.
No, that green dot that says TC? Why does it
Green?
say TC though?
I
Click
just
on-
have annotate. I probably signed up as Tina. Sometimes I do Tina.
Okay, so that's why.
But
That's
I don't
why-
see it, but I'm not seeing that. You're seeing that and I'm not seeing that.
How do you not?
Bottom,
Is the bottom left-hand corner, right under, you see the bell?
yeah, and right under the bell is an annotate, is a green circle that says
Oh.
annotate.
Right, that's your Zoom window. Take your browser and make it into a window instead of full screen. Just
No,
hit
it's not.
escape.
There we go. That was what I was trying to do. Okay, I hit escape. That didn't do anything.
Yeah, you usually didn't share your screen, so I can't. You're sharing. Oh, there it is.
Now I can't see it. Let me get rid of this. No, that's the tech calls.
You're not in Canva anymore.
I know. I've got to
You
move
changed
this.
tabs.
I know. And now I can't. Let's see. Let me move this down. Then I'll come over here to Canva, home, Canva.
And now scroll down. But don't go to
Oh, no, that didn't do it.
Don't go to full window. You went to full window again with your browser.
So I don't know how to go to this is okay. If I hit escape,
You shared, okay, you didn't share your screen. You shared the browser. So I can't guide you any more than.
so I still don't know what
All
you're
right,
telling
stop
me.
sharing.
Okay, stop sharing.
Now, when
Got
you
it.
share, click on share, and you want to share the desktop.
Share the desktop.
Yeah, it says entire screen when it opens up.
Oh, here, desktop. So there's the desktop. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Now, take
Oh,
the
TC. Oh, why is it there and it wasn't there?
because you were sharing full window. You were sharing the way you were sharing. You were in
Okay.
full window.
I don't need to understand that, I guess. Yay. Okay, now I got it. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to play with this today. Are there like some YouTube thingies or something that I should look at for
Yeah,
how to
absolutely.
use Canva?
There's
You wanna-
actually a 3-hour basic training. And I will look it up
Okay.
again.
And then the other question about Canva is I was at dinner last night and my daughter's partner, 24-year-old son, and 11-year-old son are very opinionated people, and I love them dearly. And when I talked about what I was going to be doing a video in Canva, they said, "What? Canva isn't good for videos. You shouldn't be using Canva." And I said, "I'm working with a coach, and that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing." They were like really upset. They wanted me to use some sort of AI from Meta
I
instead.
dare you to let me build you.
Okay, so now Grandma can go and teach them something.
Good. Nah, I'll let them
Meta,
do what they do.
when you use AI from Meta, Meta
Mhm.
owns it.
That's what I figured. I wasn't going to go near Meta. It was like but see, they're very,
Well, but that's because they bought into
they did. That's what I'm
the
saying.
media,
Yeah,
and
they bought into that.
Facebook is out there pushing it, and that's the problem. So you need to
Yeah.
explain to them, actually, more importantly, you need to explain to their parents that Meta anything is unsafe.
One of these is the parent, a 55-year-old, 53-year-old. That's my daughter's partner, and he's pretty opinionated, and I just let him have his opinions.
Well,
I mean,
I
I'll
hope they
share.
don't get caught in some kind of scam or, but you know, it's the proof is in the fact that I get at least one or two friend requests a day from somebody I kind of know, and I'm like, wait, I'm already friends with them. And they've been hacked and somebody's recreated their page, and you can tell because they only have 2 or 3 or 5 friends.
Yep. Yep.
And Meta doesn't do anything about it. You can
I know.
report it.
I basically don't do very much on Facebook. I just go there when I have to. So I totally agree with you. As does Cheryl, nodding her head.
And you should share it with your children and your grandchildren, because it's dangerous.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I've talked to Tracy about the appearance of friends. Actually, she wasn't even using Facebook until 6 months ago. So I'll have to remind her about that. I told her about that when she started using Facebook. Okay, I got it.
Facebook is great for certain things. Like I advertise my,
Oh,
I
sorry.
use it for kind of not advertising, but promotion of my doula business and my sharing and my, but I don't put, if you go to my page, there's no images of me or my children. And I yell at my children every time I see them putting pictures up.
That's a good point. I don't do that very often, but I have occasionally when I've been on a trip. Occasionally I've posted a picture.
No, and in fact, my old page that Facebook kicked me out had a lot of pictures. And I learned a lesson because I got hacked because of the pictures. And so now the only time people see pictures of me on Facebook is if in a message, because that is something that is not, that's encoded 1-to-1. Anyway, hello, Cheryl. Go ahead. What's your question?
Thank you. I like to do collages. I'm going to start off somewhere. And so I get free pictures and I use PicCollage. And the thing with this video is, can it be a video of collages?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the things I was sharing before, that I'm doing something for Lisa. She and I are actually building collages in the video. So pictures are coming in and becoming part of a collage. And then we're burning it up. It's going to go up in flames, or it's going to freeze, like ice freeze, not still freeze.
So when you have the collages, how do you video them?
It's actually very easy. As you're building the collage on your computer, as you're putting pictures in, screen capture, are you on a Mac or IBM?
IBM.
I'm taking a pause because I'm going to do some research. I don't know that So you can screen capture in Canva or CapCut as you're putting the slides, as you're putting the images together
Okay.
in Canva.
Okay.
So it'll make a video of you working to put your
Collages.
together. If you can't do it there, if you find it's not working,
Mm-hmm.
open up a Zoom call with your phone, shut your video off on your phone, set your view so that you're not viewing participants that are off video, so that all you see is you, right?
Yeah.
And you share your screen and then start building and record in Zoom
Oh,
as you're building the collage.
okay.
There are a lot of ways. There are other screen capture. If you go to Google and find a screen capture, and actually you could even ask Google to give you a YouTube video that shows you how to do it.
Oh, thank you.
That's how people do YouTube videos about training you how to use these programs, is they screen capture they're working on the program.
Okay.
Let me check something out, Mark. Presumably, if one wants to use collages, you have to use your own pictures or something without a copyright, yes? Or is
Yes,
that
correct. You have to use images that you have permission to use.
I use Pixabay, and those are free. Excuse me. Not all of them are free. The ones I use are free.
You have to check. Okay, so that was one of the things that I talked about in the first sessions.
Yeah. And
The rules from these free suppliers. Okay, they might be free to get the picture, but
yeah.
you don't have the complete rights to use the picture everywhere. Sometimes you have to check their fine print.
Okay.
So in some of the, I know that with Canva and CapCut and Adobe, you can use the images and videos that you get pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
But if you're using the presentation in a paid event where you're being paid, a lot of those places do not allow you to use them free, because you're giving up the right to use them free because you're being paid. So why aren't they getting a piece of what you're getting?
But we're not considered being paid.
No.
Okay.
In Landmark, we're not being considered being paid.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's not true. Are you on a scholarship?
No.
Are you an assistant?
Oh.
You don't have to answer that.
Oh.
Are you an assistant? Like, I'm being paid.
Oh.
So I have to be careful in the videos I do,
Oh.
which sources, AI sources, I'm using to help people.
Okay. Oh.
Now, are we going to get sued? Are you going to get captured? I know Disney has a whole department of almost 1,000 people that go to events and look for copyright infringement. I'm sure there are other companies that do the same thing. Are we going to get hit? You know what?
First word of that stuff up there.
I have no idea. Do I want to take the chance?
drafting?
I don't know.
Drafting.
Okay. Okay.
Is it?
So just Google every picture that I'm going to use. Oh Lord. And
No,
just,
it's not Google every picture. You have to go to the source and look
okay.
at their legal fine print. If you scroll to the bottom of their website, there's going
Yeah.
to be terms and agreements.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
And read the terms and agreements.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Be educated about where you're getting your images from.
Okay.
So one thing I noticed on Canva, just when I first created my account, 3 recents popped up. And these were images that other people have made. Then those people are connected with me. And one of them is from, God, it was Vegas 8 years ago or something, a long time ago. I forget. It was, and somebody helped me create these presentation certificates, and she used her Canva, but now it's popping up on mine. So it seems as if we should be careful about what we leave wandering around on Canva because it
If it's
might
on-
show up.
If it's on the web, it's on there forever. And
Ooh.
my son decided, I don't know why, what he was looking for. He just got curious and he asked ChatGPT, are there any pictures of my family on the web? He didn't mention any names. He
Oh.
didn't talk about who his family was.
But
Nothing.
it was his chat GPT.
It was his chat on CGP.
So they know it was him. Yeah.
And it came up with a picture of me from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Not my high school yearbook picture, but a
Mm.
picture of me from a high school event.
Hmm. So on Canva, if I'm playing around with things, I'm unlikely to do this, but if I'm playing around with some stuff that I'd like not to stay on Canva, I can delete it.
No,
Once
you
you've
see-
created it, it's there.
So I can't go back in and delete these other people's that they made that it's just taking up space. Okay.
You can take it out of your recents, but
Yeah.
it's still on the web.
Okie dokie.
Like that image behind you, it's on the web.
Yep. Okay.
Whether I can find it or not, that I'm not that good a hacker. Can
Well,
somebody-
now I'm really glad that the Holistic Veterinary Association's retreat that I was at blurred out my face in the actual photograph that they took of me swimming nude down the river.
However, Christine, that picture, a
Mhm.
hacker and a good technician
Oh, right.
could unblur.
That's true. You can't really see much of me, so but it's there are things that could be out there.
Yeah, you don't know. That's my fear of AI more than anything else.
Actually, my fear is more the, would it be sycophant? I just read a thing that AI is tending, and I notice it with my little bit of chat. It's telling people how good they are and what good choices they're making, even if they're doing something illegal. They want to murder somebody and say, what's the best way to do it? And they go, wow, what a great idea for you to do that.
Yep.
Now that I'm more worried about than my pictures being up there. Of course, I'm 75, so it doesn't matter.
Well, just remember, AI doesn't have a moral code,
They don't.
even if you try to give it one.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's really
It's
scary
the-
to me.
It's the abuse of AI that scares me.
Yes.
The fact that it can be abused that way.
So anyway,
Oh well,
we got
back
off
to our
track.
videos.
We got off track, yes.
We did.
So Barry, where are you at with your videos? I'm dying to see your what you've created and where you're going.
I've just got the PowerPoint presentation 3/4 done for the first video, the space shaping being shaping space. I've got a narrative outline for the second video. So, and I can put the pictures together quite quickly. The next step for me is to get it recorded, the narration, so I can match the time.
Yeah, what I have,
Takes
well,
me-
how come you haven't switched to Canva? Because you can do the presentation in Canva and then record the track, and the timing can be all worked out much better than PowerPoint. The old
So that's one
PowerPoint
of my
had,
questions.
I'm sorry?
that was one of the questions I was going to do. Should I worry about doing the transitions in PowerPoint or in Canva? And it sounds like I should do it in Canva.
I think yeah. I think Canva's grown up. And you've grown up.
Good.
More importantly, you've grown up. You're beyond the technology of PowerPoint. You're now into the technology of Canva. You're now to the next stage of your life. Graduate, would you?
Yeah, Barry, I started in PowerPoint, and it was good to be able to send to Mark using PowerPoint. He got the whole idea of what I'm presenting and the 6 different chunks of it. But then he said you have to go to Canva to be able to do this. And so that's why I'm now in Canva and starting that process. And I will have done the 3-hour coaching before I come to you, Mark, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, and you can export your images from PowerPoint to bake them into PNGs or JPEGs and bring those into Canva.
Right. You'll walk me through that part. Thank you. I'm not going to learn that on my own.
Yeah, so the next stage for me is I've got a friend who's got a studio who did my last video's soundtrack and tied it together. So I'm going to do a recording of the narration. And then
But
the thing he taught me to do was
you can record it right in Canva.
well, he's got a proper microphone.
It's time you got a proper microphone there. I actually found, I will put it in the chat.
Most people tell me that when I'm speaking, that I have tested different microphones, and I've tested directly in my computer and using this little thingy. And everybody says I sound the same regardless of what I'm using. Nope. Okay. Well, that's another thing that we'll talk about then, because my husband has tons of mics. Oh, the wall screen. We've got to get that done. Okay.
So I just put a microphone in Clip that is very inexpensive and very clean.
Oh, I don't need to.
It's a USB microphone. It's for podcasting. It's amazingly clean. No background noise. I mean, it just, I was surprised. And I've tested almost 100 microphones because I've started doing audiobook recording production.
Oh, fun. I used to do that for Books for the Blind. 40 years ago, I spent about 2 years recording books for the blind.
Okay. So last chance. Are there any other questions? All right. Again, please, if you need time, make an appointment.
So
So
I'm
we're
just
on.
looking for the save chat button.
It's usually 3 dots at the top. Click on the 3 dots.
There. I've got it. Thank you.
So Mark, we're on for 4 for tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And you should now have a confirmation.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, I will see you at 4, and hopefully I will have done the 3-hour and maybe gotten the backs. Now you said that for me, the dark blue screen, or I've got my notes. Never mind. I'll look at that. I'll ask you tomorrow if I can't find it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to everybody's.
I will be posting later today this conversation on the ChatGPT. No, sorry, the WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay.
I'm right now. I'm gonna go to bed. I've been up
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye.
an extended amount of time.
Thank you so much.
Well,
This is awesome.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.